what happens when you skip breakfast. I know there's a lot of chatter about, is it good to skip breakfast? Sometimes you might just forget to eat breakfast. There's a lot of different reasons why you might not eat breakfast, and it might not be consistent. It might be one day you do, one day you don't. But I think it's important for us to know what actually happens when we skip breakfast. So in the morning, when we get up, our body needs energy. That's just a fact, right? Now, if you work out first thing in the morning, your body's going to need more energy. However, even if you just get up and go about your normal daily routine of just getting ready, getting the kids ready, whatever it might be, your body needs energy to function. And so your body wants and prefers the energy it gets from food. And so eating about 30 to 60 minutes after you wake is a really great time to give your body fuel that it really prefers from food. However, if you don't, your body is really smart and it can actually make its own energy. But the way that it does that is not really beneficial for us long term. So let me just dive into that really quick, actually what happens when your body has to make its own energy. So when this process starts, it actually calls for stress hormones to be released. So cortisol, adrenaline, epinephrine, those types of things need to be released into your bloodstream so that your body can mount its own energy. And over time, it can't only rely on those stress hormones. It actually has to start breaking down the muscles and tissues in your body to create that energy that it needs. And so that's a process that really we don't want to happen, right? We want to give our body energy that it needs and has to have from the fuel source that it prefers, which is real whole foods. So most of us are experiencing stress throughout the day, right? Whether it might be a little, it might be a lot. A lot of times it is a lot, just from work and life and then all the things. And so we're really trying to get out of that stress cycle as much as we can. So avoiding getting it started right first thing in the morning to create this energy is going to be the best case scenario. And so that's why, especially, I know I have a lot of women watching. I mainly talk to women. Maybe you feel like your hormones are off. Maybe you feel like you can't lose weight. I would really look to see, are you giving your body the proper fuel that it needs the very first thing in the morning? Because it really does set the tone for the rest of the day. I find that it's really hard to catch up, first of all, if you don't eat breakfast, to really get everything you need to get in as far as nutrients in a day. But also, if you don't start out your day with a good mix of protein, carb, and fat, you oftentimes can feel hungry or sooner. You kind of maybe have more of a tendency to snack on things, maybe choose the wrong things if you don't start out your day with a really good portion of the protein, carb, and fat that your body really needs to create that energy within your body. So this is what happens when you don't eat breakfast. And again, you could convince me that if you had a certain health condition going on, to fast for longer periods of time rather than overnight. Overnight is fasting, but whenever you extend that period, a lot of times people call it intermittent fasting. But I could be convinced doing that for a really short period of time might be beneficial. However, long term, I think especially for women, it will throw off your hormones. It will throw off how your body processes food. And that a lot of times causes those things that I just mentioned. It causes fatigue. It causes inability to lose weight. It can cause for you to just feel irritable because your body's not getting what it needs and it's having to break down its own tissues and go into that stress cycle to just create the energy to function. And so that is exactly what happens when you skip breakfast. And so I think it's important to know these things. And so if you find yourself skipping breakfast more often than not, try to just start with something small, because one of the other things that I hear a good bit is that I'm just not hungry in the morning. That is a really good indication that your metabolism is a little bit slower, because I understand if you've been in this pattern for a while, your metabolism does actually slow down because you're not giving your body the nutrients that it needs to create this energy. And so start off with something, smaller, and just try to get in the habit of eating something. And over time, your metabolism will pick up and you'll find yourself hungrier in the morning and hungrier earlier in the morning. And so a really great pattern to think about when we think about fueling your body with that good mix of protein, carb, and fat. You need to start about 30 to 60 minutes after you wake, and then every 3 to 4 hours during the day is a really great schedule, I guess, just to think about having that fuel ready to intake. And so take this knowledge, do with it what you will. Let me know what your thoughts are. I love to hear from you guys. My contact information is in the description of this video. You can comment on this video. I would love to know your thoughts, answer any questions that you have, and tune back in for the next video. I release a new one every single Monday, and I have lots to look through, so search through there and see if I can answer any of your other questions that you might have. All right, guys, see you on the next one.